Hey everybody, I am going to be making another Christmas card. This one is using the dies Yuletide Ride etched dies. Couldn't read my handwriting. It is item S41462 in the Spellbinders shop. You can probably also find it at scrapbook.com. I've already pre-cut everything, and I just used scrap pieces of paper. I keep my smaller pieces of paper in one of those stacks boxes. You can buy these from Spellbinders as well, but any kind of paper that I have, small pieces of leftover paper or anything, I put in here. For those of you who get the Paper Insider subscription, put my papers in there, and you cut them in half, things like that as well. So it's just really nice. So here are some of the die pieces. There's a car, a wreath, a tree, some lights, some presents, candy cane, a stocking, things like that. So we're going to put those together in just a moment. I've already pre-cut those, cut beautifully with my little platinum, the mini platinum, which was great. And then also used my new matching Spellbinders tool-in-one in that lilac, shimmering lilac. But first thing I want to do is my background. So I pulled out the Spellbinders Blizzard stencil. I haven't used this one in quite a long time, but I thought, okay, let's start with this. This is a very large stencil, but we are only going to be stenciling our background with this. So I just have a regular piece of paper there, cut down to 5.5 by 4.25. And I'm just gonna put this right on the back side there. And I'm going to be using Clear Skies and Midnight Snack inks from Simon Hurley. These are the Stellar ink pads, which are spongy, but you can also use the regular ink pads, whatever ink you have, okay? And just going to be stenciling this in. So I'm going to be starting with, oh, this is backwards of the way I have this. That's okay. The lighter blue here. Okay, so just some random spots there. Then I'm going to flip this. Reapply, and I'm going to go in with the darker blue. And there we have my snowflake background. Nice and easy. 2 different colors. And I can wipe this down with a cloth later. All right. And I'm actually going to do a little bit of blue, of the lighter blue, around the outside, so it's not so stark white. Okay, all right, we are done with our background. Okay, So we're going to set that aside and we're going to start assembling our little pieces here. So I have fine tip glue and I have a little pickup stick tool. And we're going to start with the car. I'm going to put a piece of paper down just so you can see everything. Hopefully you'll be able to see everything. So little car has these two wheel wells and wheels. Come on. And then there is a single circle die. So you'll cut the wheels twice and you'll cut this little single circle die for the center hubcaps. Okay, so we're going to glue all of this together. And I know the last video I did, I just colored everything after I die cut it. This one I actually used color paper, so it was a little bit quicker in the process, just finding all the different colors again from scrap paper and just die cutting them out. So now we're going to place our wheels in the wheel well, and then we're going to layer the wheel well over the car. And it is indented, etched with the die, so you know exactly where to line everything up, which makes it a lot easier. Okay, so there's our car. There was a little piece that came for the headlight. I think there was a little one for the handle. If that turns up, we'll find that, but I'm not really worried about that right now. Then we have the roof rack. Looks like this. Which we're going to glue this little piece behind the car. That. Okay, so we're going to give that just a second to dry. All right, and then in the meantime, we can assemble some of our other things. So for the tree, we have a little star. Okay, and then I said there was a couple of strings of lights. This one, because I used scraps, some of it got cut in different places. So that's okay. We're going to glue it where we want it. And then there is all of these little balls that can go on to be the lights, colored lights and ornaments of our tree. Okay, I think that's a good amount for right now. So I'm just going to glue these onto the string lights here. Oops, that one moved. And on here. Okay, so there are our lights. Or ornaments, whatever you want them to be. You can do that without the string and just glue the ornaments down just to be ornaments if you want. Okay, so there is our tree. Okay, some extras there. There's our tree, ready to go. And stocking has 2 or 3 pieces. I think I only cut out centerpiece here. Easy. Then we have this little envelope, and there's a tiny little heart that goes in the envelope. We have this little wreath, and there are these little berries that were cut out that can go on the wreath. Okay, so there's our little wreath. And then we have this present, or presents, I should say, that you can stack up. We'll glue that in a second. Then we have this candy cane, and the candy cane is 2 pieces. Stripes in the candy cane. So I did the candy cane in red. I did the stripes in white. And again, there is a little etching on that die cut, so you can line this up, although this is pretty thin. See how I do here. Okay, not too bad. There is our candy cane. Let me do our little presents here. You can make them individual presents, but I'm going to stack them. And there is some bows. I should say one bow. We're going to put that bow here. So the bow is 2 pieces. Okay, there is our presents and bow. And I think there is another little string of lights here. But I don't think I need it. And then you can cut out basically the little berries and put those on there. But I don't think I'm going to use those. That's pretty much the only thing I'm not using. I think this is a bumper tail light. Well, that's okay. We're not going to go into that much detail. So pretty much everything has been used and cut out. So let's start assembling this onto our card now. There you can see my little stenciled background, snowflakes. Could even cut and put maybe some vellum over the windows or some acetate, whatever you want to do there. Maybe cut a little snow mound. I think I have some scrap white paper here. That'll also give me space to stamp or add a little sentiment at the bottom. I'm going to put that up just a little ways. He's going up the snow there, okay? And we're just going to layer our little goodies on here. I guess the tree would be laying down like this. Let me figure out how I want to do that. Like that. And we have our little letter. I'm going to put right here. And our candy cane. And for our wreath, I kind of want to hang it on the back of the car. Like you've seen people drive around with wreaths on the front and the back of the car. Maybe I'll just hang it in the middle there, like on the door. Just put it in the back window here. Cute. Okay, so that looks lots of fun. And we're just going to glue that on our card base. And I still have room to better press, die cut, stamp, whatever sentiment at the bottom there. I just think over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go is what I think. Because think about all the stuff you pack up when you have to take the whole family and the kids and the dog, everybody at the holidays. And I'm going to take a little bit of this blue. There we go. It ties everything together. And there we go. That was actually pretty easy to make. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, it's Yuletide Ride etched dies. It is available now in the Spellbinder shop. It's S4-1462 if you are going to look it up. And here is my finished card. If you had fun watching me assemble this, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys. I will catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.